The emergency shelter on Kepler Station buzzed with the constant hum of life support systems and hushed conversations in dozens of languages. Among the refugees sat a young woman with pointed ears and silver hair, her violet eyes scanning the crowded space with practiced wariness. The other displaced beings gave her a wide berth, unsure whether to classify her as elf or something else entirely. Emma had grown accustomed to the stares and whispered speculation. For 23 years, she had believed herself to be one of the last survivors of the Sylvan colonies, orphaned when the Dominion Empire razed her homeworld. The story was simple enough. Rescued as an infant from the burning wreckage of New Avalon, raised in various refugee camps, never quite fitting in anywhere. The human who approached her table moved with the easy confidence of someone who belonged, wherever they chose to plant their feet. Captain Lisa Rodriguez of the Terran Defense Corps wore her uniform like a second skin, her dark hair pulled back in regulation style. She carried a steaming cup of synthetic coffee and wore an expression that suggested she had questions that needed answers. "Mind if I sit?" Lisa asked, already pulling out a chair. Emma shrugged, returning her attention to the datapad where she had been reviewing job postings for xenolinguists. The pay was decent, and her ability to speak 17 languages made her valuable despite her uncertain heritage. "You're Emma Thorne," Lisa said, settling into her seat. "Born on New Avalon, survivor of the Dominion Massacre, fluent in more alien languages than most universal translators." "That's what it says on my identification papers." Emma didn't look up from her screen. "Are you recruiting, Captain? Because I should warn you that my last 3 employers found my appearance unsettling to their clients." Lisa took a sip of her coffee, studying Emma with sharp brown eyes. "Actually, I wanted to talk to you about those identification papers, specifically about how they were created." Now Emma did look up, her violet gaze meeting Lisa's steady stare. "Excuse me?" "I've been investigating discrepancies in refugee records from the New Avalon incident. Your case file is interesting reading." Lisa pulled out a slim tablet and slid it across the table. "According to the rescue teams, they found you in the ruins of a research facility, not a residential area. The building was marked with symbols that didn't match Sylvan architecture." Emma's fingers tightened around her datapad. Research facilities had families too. Scientists, support staff, their children. True. But here's the thing about New Avalon. We have detailed surveys of the planet before the Dominion attack. That research facility you were supposedly found in, it was built 6 months after you were born, according to your birth certificate. The noise of the shelter seemed to fade as Emma processed this information. She had always wondered why her memories began so late, why certain sounds and smells triggered responses she couldn't explain. The social workers had attributed it to trauma, but what if there was more to it? "What are you suggesting, Captain?" Lisa leaned forward, lowering her voice. "I'm suggesting that you weren't born on New Avalon at all. The facility where they found you was a Terran black site, conducting research into alien genetics and hybridization. Officially, it never existed." Emma felt the ground shifting beneath her feet. "That's impossible. The records were falsified to protect classified research." "Emma, I think you're not just any refugee. I think you're the product of something the Terran government would very much like to keep quiet." The accusation hit Emma like a physical blow. She pushed back from the table, her chair scraping against the metal floor. "You're suggesting I'm some kind of experiment?" "I'm suggesting you deserve to know the truth about who you are." Lisa's voice remained calm, professional. The facility on New Avalon was researching the ethereal species, beings from the Andromeda galaxy with natural telepathic abilities and extended lifespans. They were trying to understand how their genetics might be compatible with other species. Emma's hand went instinctively to her pointed ears, then to the small marks at her temples that she had always assumed were birthmarks. The ethereals were destroyed in the Galactic War 3 centuries ago. Were they? Lisa pulled up another file on her tablet. Or did some of them escape, hiding among other species until the danger passed? Your linguistic abilities aren't just learned, Emma. You understand alien languages intuitively without formal training. Your reflexes are faster than any known humanoid species. Your aging process is significantly slower than either human or elf standards. Emma sank back into her chair, her mind reeling. Everything she had believed about herself was crumbling like a house built on sand. Even if what you're saying is true, what does it matter now? The research facility is gone. The scientists are dead. I'm just another refugee with nowhere to go. You matter because you represent something extraordinary. Lisa reached across the table, her expression earnest. Humanity has always been about adaptation, about finding ways to survive and thrive in impossible circumstances. But you're proof that cooperation between species can create something greater than the sum of its parts. Emma laughed bitterly. Greater? I'm a living reminder of illegal experimentation, a violation of interspecies law. You're a bridge between worlds. Lisa's voice carried conviction. Your existence proves that the barriers between species aren't as fixed as we thought. In the right hands, with the right support, you could help us understand alien cultures in ways we never imagined possible. Emma stared at the tablet screen, where her supposed birth records glowed with official seals and signatures. All of it false. All of it designed to hide a truth that someone had deemed too dangerous to acknowledge. What happens now? She asked quietly. Now you have a choice. You can continue believing you're an orphaned elf, or you can help me uncover the truth about the Ethereal Project and what it might mean for the future of interspecies relations. Emma closed her eyes, feeling the weight of 23 years, of lies pressing down on her shoulders. When she opened them again, her violet gaze held a new determination. Where do we start, Captain? Lisa smiled, the expression transforming her stern features. We start by finding out who your real parents were, and why someone thought their genetic legacy was worth hiding in the ruins of a dead world. As they stood to leave the shelter together, Emma felt something she hadn't experienced in years. Hope. Not just for answers about her past, but for the possibility that her strange heritage might finally serve a purpose greater than mere survival. The truth, whatever it might be, was waiting somewhere among the stars.